What's the process you're going through to fill a room up with people, and then how are you going to ascend those people to buying your products?
I've been doing the educational side of what we do for about 40 years now. And quite a few years back, I think 1999, 98, I got a call and I was between gigs on the strip. My show was not, I wasn't performing on the strip. And I got a call and it was from a guy that does real estate investment training, a guy named Ron LeGrand. And he called me up and he said, "Hey, I've got a seminar going on in Atlanta. There's 1,000 people in the room that want to learn how to buy and sell real estate. They've all spent $1,000 a piece to be there. I heard you do a stage show, and I heard you're a good hypnotist. Is that true?" I said, "No, it's not true." He said, "What's not true?" I said, "I'm not a good hypnotist. I'm the best in the world. And if I meet somebody better than me, I'll pay them to be their best student." And he said, "Okay, what would you charge me for the show?" And I said, "I'd charge you $25,000 plus two first class airline tickets, ground transportation, and lodging." And he said, "Oh my God, is that the best you can do?" Which was his negotiation tactic. And he said, "What if I let you come back the next day and speak and teach these people?" I said, "Then I'd let you pay me another $25,000. And he said, "No, you don't understand. What if I let you come back the next day, teach these people, sell them something, and to compensate you, you just keep all the money for whatever you sold? I have a belief that you should take a bad gig until a good gig comes along." And so I said, "Sure, I'll do that. Just cover my airfare, cover my lodging and my expenses, and I'll be there." So I flew out to Atlanta and I did my show. And the show, everybody loved the show. And I came back the next day and he gave me 90 minutes on stage. And I'd never done it before, so I didn't know what to do. So I offered up a training that we've been doing for 40 years called Turning Point. And I offered up the training at $495. And I close. And 800 people in the room leap out of their chairs, race back to the back table, and buy. Well, the promoter who hired me is standing at the back, and I can see the smoke coming out of his ears. He's pissed. And I walked up to him and I said, "Ron, are you mad that you don't get any of this money?" He said, "No, I'll get the money next time." And I said, "What are you so mad about?" He said, "You screwed up my weekend." I said, "How'd I do that?" He said, "You sold your offer for too little. Now when I go back to sell my offer at more, you're going to make me look bad, and you look too damn good. You will never be on my stage again unless you quadruple or more your price point." Well, thanks to that advice, I went back and doubled and tripled and quadrupled and never saw any reduction in the amount of conversion we had. So he literally multiplied my income in that instance many, many, many times over. But I also never went back to the old model of what I did. You know, it used to be that I would want to get a speaking fee, except when I realized that I could make more money by not getting a speaking fee and relying on my own talent to close from the stage. Tony gets paid $250,000 on average when he goes out and speaks. Plus, they usually give him $50,000 for expenses to pay for jet fuel or whatever else he's doing. I frequently am booked on the same stage as Tony Robbins because they use him as the draw to fill the room up. They bring me in after Tony. They don't pay me a dime. I sell things. While he makes $250,000 guaranteed, I pull $1.2 to $2 million out of that same crowd because I'm paid on my talents.